Welcome to this guide to Icecrown Citadel. The first thing you need to know about Icecrown Citadel is that it's a rather special zone because you have a zone buff that increases your health by 30%, which also increases your pet's health. Then it re-increases your pet's health by 30%, and it increases all healing done by 30%. So healing on your pet will be doubled, and the healing you received will be increased by 2/3. Finally, the damage of you and your pet will be increased by 30%. Now this buff can be deactivated by talking to Valiant Win, and a fair share of bosses can be soloed without the buff, I checked. But since we'll be going for the most difficult bosses, and maybe sometimes we'll take a look at the achievements, this guide will be done with the buff. The first boss is Lord Marrowgar. He will put flames on the ground that simply do damage, don't sending them, but the most dangerous ability he has, and the reason why he can still easily kill you, is his bone spike. Now, if you get hit by the bone spike, you will take 10% of your health every second, so it will quickly kill you. During the normal phase, he will cast it thrice. Now, you can avoid it each time by taunting him at the right moment. Just remember that if your pet has his taunt on autocast, he will use it, and you won't be able to taunt. And also, taunt is affected by the rendement décroissant, as we see in French. So let's just say that your first taunt will last 6 seconds, your second 4 seconds, and your third 2 seconds. And the duration is reset back to 6 seconds if you don't taunt for 15 seconds. So if he casts a third bone spike during his normal phase, you will have to wait until he starts casting to taunt him. During the bone storm phases, he will cast bone spike on you twice. Now, I haven't found any way to avoid it. I tried taking melee hits, taking special hits, tanking him, kiting him, didn't work. So that's why you want to have a ferocity pet with the talent Blink Strikes. I also put him on passive during the bone storm phases to make sure that he will destroy the bone spikes in 2-3 seconds. So here, as long as you manage to deal with the bone spikes, then the boss will die. For the next boss, you will want to have your interrupt with you, and you will also want to be either in survival or marksmanship spec, because there will be a lot of ads, so your pet will just lose too much time running around. Now, Lady Deathwhisper. The first phase is an ad fight. Lady Deathwhisper doesn't need to be tank, you simply have to damage her to take her mana to 0. However, you will have every 45 seconds 7 ads that spawn. There are 2 different types of ads, the casters and the mini ads. Now the mini ads sometimes get a buff that will make them heal themselves every time they hit someone, so if they have them and you want to kill them, simply dispel it. However, the most dangerous are the caster ads. They have an ability called Curse of Torpor that will add a 15 seconds cooldown at each of your abilities. So just imagine Cobra Shot with a 15 seconds cooldown, and you'll understand why these ads are extremely dangerous. One will spawn in the middle on the left side, you will want to trap that one, and 2 will spawn on the right side. You will want to kill those as fast as possible before they cast their spell. The spell is also interruptible, but the cast time is rather low, so you will have to be quick. Also, once every other spawn of adds, there will be one that will spawn from the stairs, and he must be killed very quickly too. Finally, Deathwhisper will sometimes transform certain adds. Now, if you see a giant zombie, he is very slow, but he hits very hard. Just make sure to kite him. And if you see a skeletal caster, he will only be killable with physical damage. And if you see a skeletal melee add, then he can only be damaged with magical damage. Once you've downed all of Lady Deathwhisper's mana down, phase 2 will start. You want to clear out all the adds, and now Lady Deathwhisper will need to be tanked. She will also cast interruptible frostbolts that will only deal high damage on your pet. And then she will also spawn spirits. They deal really low damage, so you don't have to worry about them. Adds will keep spawning in heroic mode, but only from one side of the room. So on the left side you will have one caster in the middle, and on the right side 2 casters on the sides. There is an achievement called Full House that requires you to kill her while 5 different types of adds are active. This achievement is easily done if you bug the adds, meaning that you go really against the wall, and every time adds spawn, as soon as they aggro on you, you feign death. Normally, you will only get one caster from the left side, and one caster and one melee from the right side, which you will need to kill. But all the other adds will reset, and some will be transformed, and therefore you will get the achievement. However, you must make sure always to feign death at the right time, and to stay in the back of the room unless you want about 20 adds running at you. Next boss is a Gunship. We will be looking at the fight in 25-man mode, because I can't seem to do it in 25-man heroic. Before the pool, you will want to make sure that you've equipped the rocket pack and therefore can jump on the other ship. There will be different types of adds during the fight. First, there are the Axe throwers. If those get aggro on you and you enter a cannon, they will start using a spell called Burning Pitch that will simply wreck your ship very fast. So, if you leave a cannon when there is an Axe thrower up, make sure that you kill the Axe throwers before going back to your cannon. Then there are the boat adds, which are those that spawn on your boat. They will start spamming Burning Pitch as soon as they spawn, unless you take aggro on them, because simply your pet can't hold aggro on this fight. I think it's done on purpose. So as soon as the adds spawn on your ship, you have to leave your cannon, kill the adds on your ship, and kill the Axe throwers before returning to your cannon. However, sometimes a mage will have spawned on the enemy ship, and you won't be able to return to your cannon. So you have to jump on the enemy ship, kill the mage, and then return to the cannon. One important thing is that when the Axe throwers spawn, if you are already in a cannon, they won't start using Burning Pitch as long as you stay in the cannon, so you don't have to leave the cannon as soon as the Axe throwers spawn. And also, the next mage spawns as fixed time after you kill the mage that is currently spawned. Therefore, you can let a mage live for a while longer if you want to time his death right, meaning that you don't want to have to kill a mage and then have to clear adds on your ship, because it would be a waste of time. What you can do is kill all the adds on your ship, kill the adds on the other ship, and then kill the mage. Finally, there are the goblins. They will simply throw workers on your ship that deal damage. So you simply want to aim at them with your cannon to avoid them getting too many stacks, because the more time they are left alive, the more powerful they become. Finally, there's a boss on the enemy ship that cannot be tanked by your pet, so simply try to keep your trips there as short as possible. Finally, there's Deathbringer Saurfang. In Heroic, I consider him just as difficult as the Lich King. As you see, Deathbringer Saurfang has an energy bar. Once this bar reaches 100, he will deal 100% more damage. And the first time, he will put a rune on blood on you. Now he already deals immense damage on your pet, so at 100 energy, he will simply hit very, very hard. This is why you want him to reach 100 energy as late as possible. So when he spawns blood beasts, you want to take aggro on them to avoid them hitting your pet and giving energy to Saurfang. I actually did this fight in survival spec, since the blood beasts are nearly immune to AoE, but 2 multi-shots were enough to kill them in survival. 10 seconds after the blood beast spawn, the Deathbringer Saurfang will put an extremely powerful slow on you for 10 seconds. It will become important when you start kiting. So, when he reaches 100 energy for the first time, he will cast Mark of the Fallen Champion on you. This will cause you to take damage every time he damages your pet, and his energy will go up much faster now, although it won't go past 100, but more plus 100% damage really hurts. This is why, to survive, you will have to kite him. Now, like Marrowgar, the first taunt is 6 seconds, the second taunt is 4 seconds, and if you don't taunt for 15 seconds, then the next taunt will last 6 seconds. The best way to kite him is to blow Distracting Shot right after the blood beasts spawn. Then, once you get the slow debuff, wait until the slow debuff wears off, unless you're ready for enough from Deathbringer Saurfang. Taunt him another time, and then simply don't taunt him until the next blood beast spawn. That should keep you alive and also keep your pet alive, since he will be taking mass damage, especially at 30% when the boss frenzies and starts attacking faster and dealing more damage. And you really want to kite him as much as possible and to kill him as fast as possible once this happens. So that's it for the Lower Spire. Next guide, we'll be looking at the Plague Works.